are listening to Lucha Afterground.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lucha Afterground, the world's premier, #1, top quality Lucha Underground after show.
Simply the best.
Lucha Afterground is Ichiban.
Nice. My name is Max.
My name is Travis.
I am Kevin.
Welcome, one and all. All right, guys. So lots to talk about today.
Dropping snowflakes, dropping talk to snowflakes.
Let's. I don't know. Where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to just chat quickly about the live show that took place?
Yeah, it sounded like it was awesome.
Yeah.
I heard from Titans of Wrestling Twitter, who should we give a shout out to. Those guys are awesome. That Vampiro's doctor was in attendance.
Nice. Do you think it was the actual actor? I hope so.
I think it was his actual doctor.
It's a legitimate doctor. It had nothing to do with the storyline. It's just like...
They work for me!
The doctors.
It's time. It's time for your prostate exam, Ian. Who's Vampiro? I don't know who you're talking about.
Like they show up like at the wrestling, like who just shows up at their job like that? Yeah. Like I'm in the middle of work, guys. Yeah. Like could this wait? You're kind of outing me that I've got mental health problems in front of all these people in this public venue. That kind of goes against your code of confidentiality, does it not?
That's right.
They work for me!
Anyways.
But yeah, it sounded like everybody was super over. It sounded like it was a really good time. The crowd was way into it because they weren't sure how it was going to click with the South by Southwest crowd. But it sounds like it was a huge success.
Aerostar had that amazing
yeah, that's the one gift I saw. Did you see that?
Dive out of the upper balcony there, yeah. Oh, you know who I saw the other day? And it was totally random. I was on the old Squared Circle, and I saw a post by our old buddy, Crystal Fisher.
No way.
Yeah, that's the name the fucker uses on Squared Circle.
So what did he have to say?
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay attention, but I just saw Crystal Fisher. I was like, dude, we're still waiting for the fucking haiku.
Yeah, are you still listening to us, Crystal Fisher?
If you're out there, Daddy-O. Or if you're, or the mommy-O.
Because we're still following you.
Ultimate Carl actually was the guy who was suggested the haiku.
Right, well, fuck you, Ultimate
But
Carl. We still haven't heard shit from
We're
you.
still following Christopher Fisher of
Christopher.
just like pretending that we of 846 Elm Drive.
Could you imagine he's listening right
in
now? How
Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Like if I was listening to a fucking podcast and I just heard somebody shout out my fucking, hey, Bruce the Dicker is pretty fired up. That's me on a Squared Circle. Instead of Dick the Bruiser, I'm Bruce the Dicker.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, so let's just get into the episode. First thing off the bat, did you notice the nice tribute to the recently deceased Hayabusa?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was great.
That was really, really cool.
Why is it that Lucha Underground does something like that and WWE does not?
WWE did an article about him on the website.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they just didn't. I don't think they put anything on the screen. Though,
Okay, cool.
For the majority of the fans, wouldn't know who he was anyway.
Forgive me if I don't know this, has Lucha Underground done this before with not that I can remember. Was there Roddy
They do anything
Piper?
about
There
Perro
might have
Aguayo
been.
and
There might have been a Roddy.
I feel like there was a Piper one.
Me too.
But I don't think they choose every wrestler who dies. I think
It is frequent.
It's
they only do
frequent.
one episode a week.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I feel like it's...
This match is getting snug.
I feel like it's wrestlers who are kind of not directly related, but somewhat related to their product.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
So they're sort of making connection between Hayabusa and sort of like that high flying.
Well, he wrestled in
so.
in Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, so the show begins. We got after the brief Hayabusa mention, we go into a backstage vignette between Fenix and Katrina. I thought this was super interesting.
Yeah.
Katrina and Fenix had a moment in season 1 where she had sort of realigned herself with him. At one point, it felt like it was just to make Mil Muertes jealous and therefore more powerful, something like that. But the way she was talking, it seemed like sort of like this love lost type situation.
There's something there. There's definitely something there.
I know.
Your powers I desire. They could give me life again.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on. Like, so does that mean that she's dead? Is that how she's zipping around the
Or
room?
She's a ghost.
Or she's frozen in this state, like she can't age. Maybe that's what life means.
Purgatory. Sorry,
wow.
I was like, "What's the name of that word? What's the name of that word?" I said it. I was so pumped. It's purgatory.
So
Limbo.
So she was in this moment of being like, oh, maybe if I had chosen you, maybe things would be different. But I chose Mil.
I thought this might have been a dream sequence at first. was like, come on.
They all kind of feel like dream sequences,
yeah,
don't
with
they?
Katrina, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roseanne
she's
is gonna
so
wake up at
dreamy.
the end, and
It's just going to be an autistic
and Dan will have
with
been
a snow
dead for the
globe.
whole season.
Oh,
A little
that
St. Elsewhere
final
shout out.
season of Roseanne was pig shit.
I heard.
Ugh.
I heard. I didn't watch, though.
All right, so we get that backstage vignette, and then we go right into the Trios Championship, which I think probably the most important part of that whole match was Eva Lisa's lower body.
Holy
God damn.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sexist, but good God.
It's those golden pants. That are
Yeah.
basically
They do
see-through.
a lot. They do a lot. Keep in mind, the feed we might have been watching could have been squished a little.
I don't care. She's a great looking lady.
Yeah, I agree. She's got a cuteness, got a kind of like good little spunkiness to her.
This is what I think about when I think about Eva Lisa.
Are you playing Rolling in the Deep? Crystal Fisher, don't. Turn it off now.
Okay. I'm just saying she's a strong woman.
Yeah.
She's a strong woman.
Oh, I see.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. She's like Adele. She's Adele-like in how strong she is.
Can I say quickly in that previous sequence, there was like really great like kind of Top Gun guitar during the arc shot around the two of them. It was like when they were doing their French kiss, or like their deep kiss that Phoenix and Katrina were sharing.
Oh.
There was
It was
really
very
great
Top
guitar,
Gun.
and it was like
And they pulled back, and Phoenix was spinning a volleyball on his dick.
yeah, but he's all by himself, and then you just saw like this torment. Like that was
Yeah.
a really great opener.
Do you think that there is a backstory between Katrina and Phoenix that we haven't been privy to?
There's
So maybe
something
they
there.
will reveal.
There is something there.
There's something going on.
She chose death over life.
Max with a double. Not sure where to go next.
That's right. Okay. So back to the Trios Championship.
Team Nickelodeon
That's right.
versus
It felt, Kev, when we were watching it, you used the word rushed.
Yeah.
well, but
Go ahead.
but this is a curtain jerk, and if you want to start a show off great, a lot of the time they use 6-man tags.
Yeah.
That's a good go-to.
It just felt like they tried to put, like, I don't know how long the match was. It wasn't too long, but
Nope.
it feels like they tried to put double the length worth of shit into that.
yeah, but
It was very.
But the Disciples of Death aren't very good.
I was thinking about that too during the match. I was like, yeah, I always see a wrestler and I go, that's somebody's favorite wrestler. Like, there is somebody out there right now who Rusev is their favorite wrestler in the
Sure,
world.
the Bulgarians.
There's fucking zero chance that the Disciples of Death are
no,
anybody's favorite.
Just one guy in purple. And the guy in
purple,
purple, he's
yeah.
my guy.
Yeah.
Well, he might have died tonight.
I think they all died.
I think they're dead.
I think they wiped I think they recognized Disciples of
I
Death.
think so too.
They're not working.
I think it sounds like she spared one. She may have spared
No,
one.
no, she said spare him, and then Muertes didn't. He threw him to the ground, and then she's like, or maybe not.
Really?
Yeah, so I think that's implying that they're all dead.
I thought that she spared one of them. Anyways, I've learned that apparently, I don't know if you guys know this or not, that the stone that she carries is apparently from that earthquake rubble. When
really?
he was put in the tomb.
Oh, okay, so maybe it doesn't really have powers. Maybe it's just like a reminder.
Just tie a string around your finger, asswipe. Why are you carrying that rock everywhere?
Jeez. So overall,
I thought this match was really good. I did. I just didn't think it had any ebb and flow. I loved that the
Ebb and flow. I'm sorry.
oh sorry.
That's not part of the soundboard, though. I love that there was a really great. The crowd was visibly shocked when they were told that this was not just that it was for the Trios Championship, but that Team Nickelodeon would be toast if they lost, that they would be kicked out of the temple. You hear like
Yeah, totally. It just felt like for what was at stake, it's weird because the stakes were high, and yet it didn't feel that way. I didn't think for a second that they weren't going to win. I didn't,
I thought I don't know. I thought it. Gosh, I didn't. I wasn't sure they were going to win at the start. I mean, as it went on, I kept thinking, okay, something's going to give here. Something's going to give. And then when they got, I was like, oh, okay, that was fine with it. I thought this is how you start off a show. I thought this was really good.
Yeah, I feel
gave
like it
it
should
3 stars, guys. 3 stars.
I don't understand. Stars?
Three beautiful snowflakes.
They work for me!
Oh, come on.
That's how you do your job.
there you go.
Goddamn right.
I feel like considering what was at stake, this is something that I would have expected to have seen at the end of an episode. Maybe build it out for one more week, add another vignette. It doesn't even have to be another match. Just something that, maybe the trios, the unlikely trio, maybe they're just having like an argument backstage about the stakes and what it means and what they're going to do next. Something like that. Just something to raise my awareness about it, because it was they introduced the match last week as just this very strange sort of, like we didn't even see the moment with Katrina. It's just like, Ivelisse was coming out of the office. Yeah. She's like, this is the stakes. And then we just see the match and they win, and it's super short, and it was just weird. It just felt like somebody hitting the reset button a little bit, which I'm cool with, because those three guys should have the trios championship.
They're way better than Disciples of Death.
For sure.
But like, who do they go against next year?
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Like, what happens now? They must have to reestablish that sort of the tag team scene, because
maybe something with the crew, and they further that storyline where they're kind of splintering.
Yeah. Well, right now the crew is only made up of 2 guys, right?
Well, and Chavo.
But I don't know. That's
you're baiting a hook. Like, I fucking know that you said Chavo like that because you're baiting me.
Because that's how Melissa Santos
I'm just going by
and
15 years of his North America career. She is the 3rd best ring announcer in the game right now.
That's ridiculous.
This is what I think about when I think about Melissa Santos. Strong woman.
I don't see what you see, but that's fine.
There's nobody's even close. Anyway.
Fucking fuck off with nobody's even close. They're all fairly close. They're hot broads that say guys' names out loud.
But nowhere as near as good as she does.
All right. So anything else we want to talk about with that Trios Championship match?
I thought it was awesome. I thought Son of Havoc, really fun work that transitioned into Angelico smoothly. I think Ivelisse does intergender better than anybody we've seen.
Ivelisse is over, man. People love her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't get the pin. Angelico got the pin.
I'll give her the pin. Oh, sorry, I had to do a dice man there.
This match is getting snug.
I thought this is how you start off a show. Like, we haven't had I guess the first match of the season was when they kind of did this, where it's like, here we go. Like, here's a great match to get things going.
Yep.
And that's why I didn't give it 5 stars, because it didn't have much of a story, but it showed that they're dominant. So I'm okay with them being dominant, because again, I don't like the Disciples of Death.
It felt like the whole thing was there just to remove the Disciples of Death.
And that's fine.
They needed an excuse to get rid of the Disciples of Death. So Mertes, man, I popped when one of the Disciples of Death took a swing at Mil Mertes. I was like, oh, that was a huge mistake. You idiot. You idiot. It was so good. Okay, so then after the Trios Championship match, we get a backstage moment between Puma and Mundo. I thought this was good. I'm loving those like Puma growls they put as a sound effect.
Very subtle. Yeah, really good.
So good.
I liked Mundo saying, "I'm going to take you straight to Slamtown." That was pretty good.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Like, that sounds like what a college guy says before he fucks a chick. It's like, oh, what did you do this week? And I took a broad to Slamtown.
I thought more like I saw more like Flash Thompson talking to Peter Parker in like 60s high school.
Hey, Puny Parker, I'm going to take you straight to Slamtown.
Like something out of an Archie comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. And we got to see Puma punch his way through Sandbag. Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah. Good finish.
And then we get that little moment between Rey Mysterio Jr. and Dragon Azteca Jr. Both of them are going to be fighting in Aztec Warfare.
Yeah,
I was kind of on my phone at the time. I thought they were going to prom. I thought they had invites to the prom.
I thought it was Hogwarts.
I don't follow.
Fucking watch that shit.
I won't even admit to knowing what that is. Like, I don't follow.
I thought that was awesome. I popped when Ray showed his invitation. I'm like, oh, it's on. And then they took their shots of gummy berry juice, was it?
Yeah, that's right. They're drinking tequila.
Was it tequila for sure?
Yeah, they said tequila by name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
By name.
They like atropiprazole. They're very particular, with the writers of this show.
I understand.
By the way, I might have a guy who can get us some atropiprazole.
Nice. Look forward for that episode.
Yeah.
When we're all on atropiprazole.
We'll probably be very chill, because all those lingering mental health problems will be brushed aside. So
it'll be
a very reasonable conversation,
probably. Yeah.
For me, it was a happy memory.
For me, it is a happy memory.
I've been saying that for fucking months now. Stop it, tell. We're gonna get sued.
Nobody's getting sued.
SoundCloud is gonna yank us.
Not enough people listen.
Oh, what was the match too? When the guy said, "Oh, it was the next match, the bull rope match." Yep. Where at one point Vampiro or Stryker maybe said, I want him to put it between his legs and give it a yank. It's like, fuck off. It might have been. And Trav and Max disagree. I thought that this week was the worst hour of commentary I've ever heard, where it was they were shoehorning jokes in that just didn't fit. And all the little comments and the side things, they were trying to be like cute. And it was like, just do what you do well, because what you don't do well is add little jokes.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have added something at some point, but I don't know. It didn't stand out to me.
My take on it is that all wrestling commentary right now is terrible.
Except for
nobody.
Mauro Ranallo. Mauro Ranallo.
Mauro
And the guy at
Ranallo's
NXT is pretty good. What's the guy at NXT?
Is that Tom Phillips right now?
Yeah. He's pretty
Tom
good.
Phillips is okay, but he's watch Botchamania. They do catch him not knowing what things are called a lot.
I just feel like the only good commentary is if they just called it like a straight sports show. There shouldn't be the commentators. I just don't feel like they should be playing characters. Like, can we just not? Lucha Underground is a little bit different because one of them has like a story. It kind of wraps through, so that's okay. But they just add so little, and it just devalues so much. Like, how often are you watching a match and you're just distracted by what they're talking about? They're not even talking about what's going on in the ring. It's just what's
they're
the point?
being told what to sell or what to talk about, like somebody's in their ear and stuff. But, I mean, they do so much. I mean, even the worst guy still does a lot in like getting over the stories that they want to get over. We just notice when it's really bad.
It's bad a lot, man. I tried watching. There's a to get away from Lucha Underground just for a second. There was a fatal 4-way that was on NXT. Breeze, Neville, Zayn, and one other person.
Cesaro? Bo Dallas.
No.
Your mom.
No. Anyways, it's one other person in there. And it was, they had 3 people on commentary, including the blonde girl.
What does she do?
She interviews
Renee.
people.
Oh, Renee.
Yeah, Renee,
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Yeah, she's a Canadian angel.
So they have a person doing commentary, plus they have a heel color guy, and Renee doing like good commentary, good positive commentary, and they don't mention what is going on in the ring once. And this is supposed to be like one of the best matches in NXT history. Ruined by terrible commentary.
You're talking about the last match tonight?
No.
NXT. Sorry.
This commentary is so terrible.
Yeah.
It is. I really think it is until they go back to calling it straight. Wrestling will remain niche entertainment because
it always will. I mean, nothing is gonna even at its fucking peak. It was still
crazy, man.
I don't know. Something could give. You never know. You never know what's on the horizon.
Anyways, so I digress. Sorry, but I'm getting
it's all right, buddy.
I'm getting sick of terrible commentary.
It's a difficult job, and it's made more difficult the way that it's done in the industry now, where there's somebody in your ear yelling shit as you're trying to.
I don't know how they could do that
stuff out.
They're definitely not doing that in Lucha Underground. Nobody's telling Vampiro what to say.
Well, what's in those headsets? Are they just hearing each other? Like us jerks?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
Suck.
Okay, anyway, so let's move on. We got Tejano versus Chavo.
Chavo Guerrero, as pronounced by the lovely Melissa Santos.
Third best.
And
Tied for third.
Even the way she hit bull rope was really great, too. I think, have you seen other bull rope matches before?
Yes, a bunch of them.
Do they normally have a cowbell in the middle?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Don't you usually have to tap 4 corners, or is that just dog collar?
It depends. That's one of the stipulations they can put in. But sometimes it's just to make sure that the dude can't run away.
Yeah, I think that would have helped this match. Because I thought this was dull as fuck.
It also seemed a little rushed.
Yeah.
I didn't feel rushed. I couldn't wait for it to be over. This is the first time I wanted to skip through a match all season.
Yeah, I felt that way about all of Tejano's matches, even in season 1, where it's like, why are you here? What are you doing? He's always on the fringe of being relevant, but he's never really relevant. The most intrigued I was about him was when he first showed up and he was feuding with Alberto Del Rio. Alberto El Patron.
Yeah.
Because he was wrapped up in that. But then as soon as he got away from any association with El Patron, it just didn't seem all that interesting. To me, he's the guy with the rope.
Yeah,
he's the guy with the rope.
I was wondering about that. if they sell Cisco's tubes out, lengths of rope at the merch table?
That would be sick. That would be sick.
And as I wrote that down, I wanted to mention that Lucha Underground's gear currently sucks. Is nothing great.
They just released 9 new T-shirts.
Have they?
Yeah, just happened yesterday.
Officially?
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Oh, Pro Wrestling Tees?
Yeah.
Was it?
I thought they're good.
Is it tomorrow? Are there new ones? Have you seen them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the one thing I didn't like about them is that it's the new thing to do is to rip off Roots of Fight, where Roots of Fight does MMA and a little bit of wrestling T-shirts, and they're really awesome. Boxing too, and everybody's ripping off their style from the Indies all the way up to WWE. Had a Samoa Joe shirt that really ripped off, like it's like where they're from, kind of like in a rainbow style.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they had a bunch of Lucha Underground shirts that had that It's a Fight thing where it's like...
Is that what Pro Wrestling Tees released today?
Yeah. They had a few of those. They had one that just had a really cool, like the Lucha Underground mask, but it looked like it had a face in it. And I mean, some of the shirts look great. A couple of them look kind of fucking mediocre. But
anything you would consider purchasing?
I would get a solid colored tee with just the Lucha Underground mask on it, right in the center, in a different color. That's what I would wear.
That's what they've had for a while. Yeah,
Biggie Smalls style shirt with an iron-on of just Evalise's derriere in the gold with the booty shorts.
Those are really cool. It's a cool effect.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I like that the crew left Chavo at the start of this match.
Yeah, totally. Chavo hasn't said a word this entire time. He's just sort of, which seemed weird because he has such a, like, he's a person that people recognize, you know? Yeah. He's not Rey Mysterio Jr., but he's been around.
He is not.
You know, he has a lot of history. People, if anybody's going to point at some, you're going to set up a lineup of all the wrestlers from in Lucha Underground. He's probably the second most recognizable, maybe behind Johnny Mundo.
Behind Rey.
Rey would be number one.
But I mean, I would say a lot more people would know Chavo than Johnny Mundo just because he was on TV during the high heights.
Sure, yeah. So now you have this guy who
I don't know.
He's up there. I mean, he's got to be in your top three
of most recognizable.
Yeah,
I guess.
There's nobody
else even close.
I guess you're right.
But you have this guy. So Rey Mysterio, he's got this whole sequence, mystery, intrigue, everything going on with him. Mundo is wrestling, but he's also doing promos all the time. And then Chavo just sort of shows up out of nowhere. He wrestles once, shows up out of nowhere, wrestles twice, and that's it. Like, no promos from him yet. It's weird.
He's an executive producer, apparently. Maybe he's having a hard time wearing all these hats. But also, I think he's really boring. As I said before, I don't think...
Oh, I liked him in season 1.
Yeah, he was involved. It was okay. Yeah, he had some good stuff, but so far there hasn't been anything of note.
Goddamn, son, show a little fire.
I like the post-match whipping with Tejano's patented rope.
Yeah, you would. I don't know.
That's his thing. That's his. I like it that he brings out that rope again. That was the one time
I do love that rope whip. It looks like it hurts.
Dangerously close to fucking bouncing back and drilling him in the face.
Yeah, really.
2 of the 3 times.
That's yikes.
So after Chavo, so I mean, this feels. I hope that this Tejano versus Chavo thing is now over. I mean, that kind of spanned over from the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm. Are they both going to be Aztec Warfare combatants?
Tejano has to be.
They have to be because fuck. I mean, how many people are on the roster right now? We haven't seen 20 people this season, have we?
We did. We tried counting
a bunch off, and there's some that we already know that there's three debuts. 3 debuts this. Who we haven't seen so far.
Dragon
Azteca, Rey, and
Dario's bro.
Holy shit, fucking balls. Yeah. I was so excited to finally see him. He looks like fucking Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
And he was soaked in blood, like moving right along. Anyway, listen. I was going to say something horrific.
Gracias. That's for you for not saying.
Yes.
We're skipping a segment here, just really quickly. As we said, Mil Muertes destroyed all the
Disciples of Death.
Maybe they're all dead. Maybe one is still survived.
No, they're all dead, Travis.
Okay.
We just watched it.
One over the locker, and then the purple one I threw to the ground. So were all 3 of them there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
They're done.
I just thought it was significant that she had mentioned to spare them.
Whatever. I think the whole reason she mentioned to spare them is so that they could make sure that you know that he's not sparing.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever happened to maybe nothing. Maybe the Disciples of Death showing up tomorrow or next week, and it'll act like nothing ever happened. But my money is on that they're gone.
I think so too. I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah.
So
next segment is Dario, which was essentially at the end of the comic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that he says, "Take back my temple."
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good look both ways before he opens the door. Did you remember that? Did you guys notice that?
No.
He's really good.
Acting chops.
Yeah, he's the man. And then he reveals the bloody monster. What's his name? How do you say it?
Oh, Montanza.
Yeah. I wanted to say Mazatlan, but I knew that was wrong.
Montezuma.
It's Montezuma's revenge, and then that's his finishing move.
Yeah, everyone's going to shit their pants in the center of the ring.
He forces a glass of fucking Mexico City tap water down their throat, and then they just shit themselves to death.
This isn't going to hit you right now.
The crowd's going crazy.
A few hours from now, you're going to be so fucked up.
Oh, on the way out.
By the time you get back to your hotel room at the resort,
it will not be a happy memory.
You jumped in front of it.
Right.
Listen, Max. Fuck's sakes, I'm going home.
All right.
Trav's taking the bus.
So yeah, we're gonna have a I kind of felt like all of the story. They're going into Aztec Warfare with a clean palette. I think we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see very many feuds continue from pre-Aztec Warrior into post-Aztec Warfare. Maybe only Sexy Star and Marty the Moth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is there anything else going on? Like Cage and Mundo could easily just be walked away from.
But it's not.
You think that more will happen there?
Oh yeah,
Like,
you don't fucking drill a guy in the face with 2 beer bottles and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna let this
The
pass.
second one was the best one.
It was like he dragged it. Dragged it down.
Yeah, I
his
saw
face.
Cage tweeted about that.
Oh yeah.
He retweeted some people tweeting him with gifs of the bottle.
Oh yeah. Cool. And then we got our main event.
Gift of the Gods cash in for the Lucha Underground Championship. Are you happy that you don't have to see that ugly belt no more, Kevin?
I don't know why you're saying it in a fucking baby voice.
This match is getting snug.
Sorry that I think that
What's
fucking,
your eyes?
that marathon title from the fucking 30s
My poor
that Sir
eyes.
Roger Bannister fucking got at the finish line of the first 4-minute mile.
Roger
Fuck off.
Bannister.
Fuck off with that thing, the lady. Listen,
Oh man.
Roger Bannister, is that his name? Sir Roger Bannister?
I don't even know who it is. I don't know. I've never heard that name before in my life.
Who is that?
I think he was like the first dude to run the 4-minute mile. I'll be right back. Just wait.
All right. Trav, how many snowflakes did you drop on
You
this?
telling me
mother?
already? Asking already?
Yeah.
4 3/4.
Jesus.
Whoa,
get the
that's
fuck
pretty
outta here.
extreme.
I
Betty.
thought this was
An all-time classic
yeah,
match.
yeah. I thought
Lucha
this
Underground.
was the best Lucha Underground match I've ever seen. I really did. I thought previous to this was their match before, Fenix and Mil Muertes, but I thought this match or topped it. Like the heat was incredible from the beginning. With Katrina walking in, had some nice fan interaction
Yeah,
where she
we didn't
kinda-
notice that.
That was really great. Again, for the 3rd straight week, we had that great main event build up before they went to commercial again from Stryker, and I like that that's part of their shtick for big matches now.
What do you mean? I don't think I'm following you.
They'll have the long intros kind of thing. It's like we've got the guy here who's a master of death, and the one who's cashing in. We'll be back and see how this goes. Kind of like they do.
And then they go to commercial, and then they come back for the start of the match.
Yeah. They've done that for the last 3 matches. I really like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Phoenix had an amazing fire to start. That springboard cutter was awesome. Mil Muertes uses strength in really fun ways. I think Mil Muertes is. Remember, I was making the comparison or like talking how great Lesnar was. Excuse me. I think Muertes in some ways is better than Brock Lesnar. I really do.
Sorry. that
In
was
playing
misfire.
this, got kind of so it got some hub. I playing that monster heel role and that mask a lot like showed us today. It showed a way for him to show like a different kind of vulnerability. When that started, when Mil Muerte started tearing again, you're just like, oh my god, he's being vicious again. He hit that awesome RKO off of the top rope as well. Speaking of really good cutters, but then when Phoenix started tearing his mask, that crowd was going berserk. That was
my biggest pop of the. There two things had me out of my seat watching this. One was when one of the Disciples of Death took a swing at Mil Muertes, and the second was when Phoenix started pulling Mil Muertes' mask off, because like the thought of him being demasked in this match was just like unthinkable to me at the time. Something I've never even considered. And then suddenly, that's just when wrestling is the best.
Yeah, and it's great instant emotion. That's what, like, you can have a textbook match that like tells a good story, or whatever, from start to finish, and bang, 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 bang. But if you can't create that real like emotion, and you've got color from both of them, which gives you that instant emotion as well, that's the kind of stuff that starts to elevate matches to these kind of near classic levels that I really thought this was. Like, I was cheering for Phoenix from that point on. As soon as you saw him juice,
a lot of blood.
Yeah,
a lot of blood in this.
Yeah, Max is a little queasy.
A lot of blood.
I wanted more.
Back into the crowd again.
I'm not queasing when I see it on their face, and I'm not queasing when I see it on the mat. It's when I see it literally dripping off of something. When I see it move. When I can see the blood moving.
Like Stone Cold, Brett. That's what you need to watch.
Gives me the chills.
Well, now you'll be happy to know they switched to blood packs in WWE. As well.
You've never assaulted someone? Come on.
That's the best part. Spilling the blood.
Yeah, I love this match. I was going nuts, man. They did that crazy tightrope walk through the crowd and fall into like a really scary crossbody.
Yeah,
like he's
almost came up a little short there,
right? And it almost looks like he's like, for him to be so out of it, and he's got legit blood going down his face, and having to go and balance. Then Muerte's hitting, like, again, those hard spears followed by what looked like really stiff punches. This was the first time that we learned during this match. Stryker mentions the Aztec Warfares for the number one contender, I thought, right?
No, that had been established before, that it was for the number one contendership. But, of course, at the end, then Katrina pulls a fast one on everybody and says now it's because Mill lost. Suddenly she's changing the stakes of the match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought there was awesome visuals in this match. I thought there was times you could have just paused it and seen the two of them in the ring from the way they were standing, and just like would tell a great story. It was a great near fall from off the top. Vamp said shit for fun, I guess. Did you hear that?
In the previous episode.
No, but he did in this one too. Like he wanted to say it again. That was the one bit of weird commentary that I heard.
Kev is holding his head
in
his hand.
This is awesome chant. And that German suplex from Fenix after 3 tries was so awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was so great. This is what I'm talking about. They have built up again, and Fenix had the juiciest story from the start of this season. And like he lost it at the start, lost his gift of the gods, and he had that crazy great comeback match. Well, he had the match where he first beat Cuerno, and then that awesome ladder one, or not, no, the one before the last luchador standing was the one before the ladder. But that, like, you saw that he had to crawl up to get to this point, like he had to fight back. Mm-hmm. So then when it gets to this thing, like that crowd totally popped for that into a bridge off of those 3 German suplexes. Keep
going.
Why?
Keep going.
What is going on?
My one real issue. The one reason why I
would just be like more dramatic.
Would see this as
Kevin is so choked. He is so choked.
No, but also part of it's just because I didn't see the match that Travis saw.
I lost. I thought that the chair shots to the head were.
I love that.
Yeah, but that's the kind of the bad. That's the kind of. The first one looked like it was right to the noggin, and the other 2 looked a little kind of like he was holding back. So chair shots to the head just seems like there's. I
got a great wrestling character, a great gimmick.
Yeah.
A guy who doesn't care about his health at all. He takes a ton of head bumps and he smokes all the time. He eats.
Yeah, that's every All Japan headliner from the fucking 80s and 90s.
I'm just saying, like, make it a thing. Like, his whole thing is that he does not care about his health.
Yeah, Misawa, and that didn't turn out well.
Really?
Yeah, he passed away in the ring. It is funny to see, to hear stories about like all those All Japan headliners from the mid '90s and how they would go smoke a pack and a half of cigarettes a day and still work 45 minutes at a lightning pace.
When I went and saw a show in Japan, and we were at this building. We didn't know how to get in. I mean, everything there is just as an adventure, right? So we're at a building. How do we even get inside this thing? And we end up behind where the wrestlers are, and we see them all standing there smoking. And we're just like 3 white people just rolling up. And we're like, well, awesome. It must be here because there's these 3 guys, but they're all just standing out there just like puffing and puffing.
In elaborate.
Oh, yeah. Outfits. And they were like, I mean, these were not like young guys either. This is great.
Yeah. Anyways, the match finished with like an awesome counter off the flatliner into another great finish.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking awesome, you guys. I thought it was my only real issue was the chair shots. Yeah. Otherwise, I thought this was. I don't know what's going to happen with Fenix right now, but if you see this up into like an arc over the first up until this, or what do we call it? What's coming up here?
Aztec Warfare.
I got it wrong last time too.
What did you call it last time?
Aztec Warrior. But I corrected myself.
Whatever. Max said that earlier 3 times and nobody called him on.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
And he was celebrating with the fans afterwards and how
that was cool.
They were.
I did love that.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It was good.
That's why I watch wrestling.
But it was the best match I've seen so far this season.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure. But I don't know if it's the best Lucha Underground match.
Okay.
Ever.
I think if you want it, like, say there's going to be people like Lucha Underground could really kind of. I think Lucha Underground could be the thing that that gets wrestling out of a niche. It has the possibility of doing this. And there could be a time when, like, you know, it could be 4 seasons in when it's really kind of starting to generate some buzz and people be like, okay, well, what should I watch? And the first thing I will say is watch both Mil Muertes and Fenix matches. I think those are, and then you can go from there. And you go watch your Puma and watch your and Pentagons. But in terms of just, like, Puma's the best overall performer, I think. But in terms of who has done, like, the 2 best matches have been Muertes and Fenix. I really believe that.
I don't think there's going to be, I don't want to just keep beating a dead horse, but there is no way you can show somebody who's never watched wrestling any match that has Matt Striker and Vampiro doing that type of commentary and have them appreciate it. Because it's so easy to be like, this is dumb.
It really, like, I need you to go back, and I need the fucking listeners to go back and rewatch this match, or this whole episode, and just listen to the fucking shoehorning. I'm not opposed, when I said it earlier, but I'm not opposed to jokes in commentary, but it really felt forced, and that's, it just, it sucked shit.
It's almost like they're enjoying themselves too much.
Yeah.
Like lock it down a little bit. Lock it down. Get back into that, because I don't remember it being distracting like this.
I remember there were times when I was like, gilly. But I also, in saying that, I haven't felt like more cringe induced this time than I did last season. In fact, like this season or this episode, I didn't really notice it at all. I was just too busy loving this last match as much as I did.
That was a good match.
Yeah,
good match for sure.
So really good, Katrina with the really good twist afterwards. The Roman Reigns twist, as we call it. He has to compete in Aztec Warfare. I saw somebody online or on Twitter today saying, just so you know, Lucha Underground recorded before the WWE made this decision. Whatever, who cares? Everybody steals from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was an awesome episode. Outside of like the middle thing, I thought this was one of the best ones. And they've really kind of ramped up these last 2 episodes up into like this. Aztec Warfare is always kind of like a measuring stick, right? Or that's what it was last season too, right? It kind of kicks things into another. Like, okay, we've got to this.
It transitions for sure. What realistically, who could walk away from Aztec Warfare with
just what
being
I was
the champ?
ask. Who are your picks?
I mean, doesn't it have to be Dario's brother?
I hope anybody. I just don't. Here's the thing, and this might be sacrilegious. It might be sacrilege, but because again, and remember, I didn't see all of the first season. I just saw a handful of matches. I couldn't care. I could not give a shit about Fenix. Mm-hmm. Especially like when you compare him to other guys who are similar size and like workability. I wouldn't put him above Pentagon or Puma. Really? And so I just don't. I don't get into his stuff. I think that might be the disconnect in the all-time classic that Trav saw, and then I saw a fucking SmackDown match.
Oof! Like, that is.
I just didn't. It didn't grab me.
Awesome.
That being said, there were some great moments, but it just didn't feel.
When have you seen somebody actually hit a German suplex after trying 3 times? That was different.
That was cool.
Never see that.
No, it definitely had its moments, but it just didn't.
And what I'm saying is, you throw that into like this being his. This was the real babyface struggle. These first 9 episodes was Fenix, and I think they did a great job. Like I said, I was so emotionally involved in this match. The 2 times I've been the most emotionally involved in this match was this, and when he was doing the 10 count from on top of Katrina's office at the end of the last Luchador standing match, and the crowd was chanting along with him. Yeah. These are the moments I love, and I love just seeing him in with the crowd. You could barely see him, the way the crowd is around him and stuff.
That was tight. Yeah.
That's so awesome, man. That's the kind of stuff I love.
To next week, Aztec Warfare, and we get to see the ascension of
the Ascension is
the
coming.
Mac.
Oh, yes.
I think the final 2, it's going to be the Mac, and in a return engagement,
and
Famous B,
Mariposa,
and it's going to be
the Mac and Mariposa.
As long as
we're gonna solve this problem right now.
That was pretty good.
I'm gonna squash this bug.
Realistically, who do we think could walk away? Give me. Okay. Let's think of like. I think we can probably think of like 5 names.
I would say the 4 that are the obvious 4 were Puma, Pentagon, Mil, or Fenix, because those seem to be the only real
and Mazatlan, Mendoza.
Oh yeah, but
and Rey Mysterio Jr. is
Rey Mysterio Jr.
Do they bring him in?
I think it'd be awesome if he just kicks
in the Mysterio basket.
No, but he kicks ass, and they have some long-term plan for him. That could be awesome.
Well, because there's also been rumors recently that Ray may be coming back to WWE.
Yeah,
So-
but he's going to finish this season. Whatever, they must have an arc for him. This will be one match for Ray for sure, Max.
I think this
Remember
is going to
we
be
were guessing?
the biggest show of the year because we get the debut of Ray and Azteca and also Dario's brother. So
How come you won't even try it?
Montezuma is coming in, and
We should
because
really
this
find
is a
out
place
exactly
where
what
there's
his name
so
is.
many intangibles. There's so many question marks that they just could. This could be the start of a whole bunch of splintering off into
It will be.
storyline.
And from all accounts, I mean, I do try to stay away from spoilers, but I have heard that this is a really great show, you guys. I heard it's awesome.
Well, what?
The
Aztec Warfare?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will be, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we're running a little long, guys. So, any last things you want to mention?
April 9th at the RCC on 4th in Vancouver, I will be in the corner of Ravenous Randy as we try and get some revenge for my fucking head and hand.
We all got to go there. Let's see if we can get some video and put it up
should be fun.
on Twitter.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I've been tweeting a lot because I took it to heart that last how you had said that we weren't doing shit. So I made a point to doing something.
But yeah, also too, if you do check out Ladies' Choice Attacks Kevin Banner and Ravenous Randy on YouTube, leave a comment that says Cobra Moon. Just comment Cobra Moon so that I know that you heard about it through this podcast.
Yeah, write at us on Twitter. Like, let us know. Like, it sounds like we have a disagreement about this last match. I thought it was seriously the best of Lucha Underground's history. Max thinks best of this season.
I thought it was
Kevin
good.
thinks subpar at
I
best.
didn't say that at all. I thought it was good, but 4.25 stars is
4
4
3/4.
That is
I had it at 4.5, but
sea
the
hair
more I
away
thought
from
about
an all-time classic. in
Yeah.
all of the
Yeah.
wrestling you've seen.
Yeah. I really thought so, man.
Max is shaking his head too.
There's tons of great spots in this
Great
match.
spots, but it wasn't.
And it had the emotion. That's what puts things over for me.
I watched another match today that had Adele versus a Japanese girl, and that was a better match. The full thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
It was legit. It's
Pretty good. It wasn't legitimately Adele. But
And this is just me. This is the great thing, is that you can drop your own snowflakes if you want. At least I'm dropping snowflakes, brah.
All right, well, that's it for us.
oh, before we go, ladies and gentlemen, Sir Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile, 3 minutes. 59.4 seconds back in 1954, and after that he was drowning in pussy.
We'll see you next week.
Running in the deep.